But Moro, with your permission,
right.
I was listening to my brother make statements to the situation in which they find themselves as a political party.
Right.
And the rationale behind the caution that people should stop campaigning. Clearly, you don't need an angel to tell you that the likes of Kennedy Ajapong and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia have started their campaigns already in the New Patriotic Party. It is clear. But you see, I think that what is affecting the NPP today, I have reduced it down to about 3 fundamental things: lack of confidence, incompetence, and lack of leadership. Moro, many of our NPP brothers and sisters out there have no confidence whatsoever in the current crop of leadership of the New Patriotic Party. And I'm pretty much convinced that my brother would agree with me. Because for many of them, their last defeat was occasioned by His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and ably supported by the attitudes of national executive officers of the New Patriotic Party. And I think that on this very platform, I have had cause to say that if the NPP is actually in need of revolution or of change, there's the need for them to look at their national party head office and inject some level of sanity into their operations so that at least Ghanaians can begin to take them serious again. You simply do not start your opposition on another foot of incompetence when that was your Achilles heel in government. And why do I say so? Moro, you have just gone into an election. You have lost the election. You have a flag bearer. Allow the flag bearer the needed time and support to embark on his thank you tour so that all of you could have seized that opportunity to begin your rebuilding efforts. But what did they do? They decided to prune down the influence of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia by saying that for the first time, oh, the flag bearer is not the one going to lead the thank you tour, and all people who are interested or whoever contested for flag bearership should come and be part of the trade. What didn't we see as a result of that poor decision? Because many of them were simply interested in cutting Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to size. So that is the lack of confidence I'm talking about, because even the party people don't have the confidence. And when it comes to their decisions, problematic. There's the need for them to look at that. Again, when the leadership lacks confidence and you have a flag bearer who is able to manifest leadership, is able to complement for the shortfalls of the National Executive Committee, we've all seen it. We had challenges after Gerald Rawlings. President Mills was effective in stepping in to provide leadership for the National Democratic Congress at that critical moment. Same with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, even after we lost the 2016 general election. Moro, mostly when you lose an election, your party hierarchy would be in disarray. You need a strong leader, someone with proven leadership abilities. President John Dramani Mahama stepped in, even though he had lost an election, and provided that leadership to the National Democratic Congress when it mattered the most. And it was based on that leadership that he provided that the party rode on and made significant changes at the top in terms of our party structure that eventually culminated in our victory in the last election. Today, unfortunately for the New Patriotic Party, we all know that when it comes to strong leadership, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is lacking. So even though the party is suffering, there seems to be lack of confidence in their operations. His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not able to make up for that shortfall.
But he's not the leader of the party.
You see, that is the mistake you are making.
The national chairman of the party is the leader of the party.
Moro, we all have de facto.
So what do you
leaders.
expect him to do?
Moro, we have de facto leaders. President Mahama per our constitution after the election was not the leader of our party.
He may not,
President Mills, President Mills after the election was not the leader of our party. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo after his defeat in the 2008 general election was not the leader of the party, but he took charge. He led. Because you see, we know it's part of your governance ethics.
Yes.
You know that after every election, the party becomes truly vulnerable. So you all must find a pillar to rally around. And at that point, because the party hierarchy itself has lost confidence, the only person with some semblance of integrity and love is your flag bearer. You rally around him. But if your flag bearer is a weak person, lacks leadership abilities, then you are in trouble. And that is the state the NPP finds itself.
You don't think that look, if Bawumia decides to take charge of the NDC as you're advocating, the party will roast him.
Oh, so again,
the party will roast him.
That is
because the party has a leader.
Did the party roast Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo? Did the party roast John Dramani Mahama? Did the party roast President Mills? Tell me more. They led. You see, when you are elected as a flag bearer, you see, don't downplay the significance of this thing. You know.
Look, when the party decided to support his thank you tour,
no,
there were people who.
It's not even that we are supporting. I would respond to all the matters.
You know, there's a question I want to ask Hamza. There were people who said the thank you tour was actually a platform for him to even market himself, to sort of steal the show ahead of time. You remember that?
Those comments always come.
Okay.
But was it Dr. Bawumia who was on the ballot paper? Or Ken Oforiatta? Or Kennedy Ajapong? Who was on the ballot paper?
So you still stand by your position?
So in actual sense, who's supposed to be doing thank you to? Who did Ghana ask you to vote for or vote against? Was it Kennedy Ajapong?
So you stand by your position that he should take charge and lead the party?
You see, I'm not saying take charge. I'm saying provide leadership.
Okay.
Provide leadership. And you see, you cannot expect Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to provide that leadership because he doesn't have it. Today, if you take Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, what names are you going to mention around him? With some semblance of weight when it comes to the politics of the NPP. Is it the likes of my brother, Dr. Alolo? Or my own brother, Akbar?
But as Fred
These are the faces.
You are allowing him to attack the integrity of individuals.
No, I'm just
you cannot question the competence of Alolo.
No,
you cannot. He's asking if they are the people. No, he's questioning their competence around the man.
I'll give you a chance.
Anyway, you give me the chance to respond.
I'll give you the chance.
I think you're talking about what?
I'm talking
weight, political weight.
That's the point. Exactly. First of all,
I talked about the fact that there's
let me quickly respond to this.
There's Fred Owari, there's Nana Komia.
Aruna, I think that first of all, I am not attacking the integrity of anybody.
Yes.
And if you understand the meaning of the word integrity, you would agree with me that indeed what I sought to do was not to attack their integrity, far from it. Secondly, I am not questioning their competence. I am evaluating their political weight. Even me, Hamza Suhuyini seated here, cannot begin to exaggerate the kind of influence I have when it comes to the politics of the National Democratic Congress. I know my limits. And I'm simply telling you that a flag bearer must demonstrate some level of political control or influence. He doesn't have it because he lacks that leadership. And we all saw it even in his role as vice president. And these are the questions we need to be asking ourselves. And you especially, as a political party, whether indeed Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia actually has what it takes to lead the new patriotic party. Because we have seen the leadership history of that political party. And where I'm seated, I am convinced without doubt that His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia lacks what it takes to provide leadership for the new patriotic party, let alone the risk of giving him the mandate of leading this country in the future. And these are things you should be concerned about as a political party.